Thanks so much, Alma. Again, I just wanted to remind everybody that tonight HBO 2 will be replaying the historic triple header that we saw over the weekend from Macau, featuring the professional debut of Chinese Olympic icon Zhu Shiming, and that'll be on tonight at 11 p.m. ET and PT. Again, on HBO 2, that'll be replayed this evening. This week, it just seems like we keep getting better and better every week. It's our fourth great event in the past 5 weeks. It's Fighter of the Year and WBO Junior Featherweight Champion Nonito Donaire, and he is taking on undefeated WBA Super Bantamweight Champion and former two-time Cuban Olympic gold medalist Guillermo Rigondeaux, in probably one of the most anticipated fights in many, many years, and a terrific title unification bout for that 122-pound title. With us today, joining us from Team Rigondeaux, we have manager Gary Hyde, and from Caribe Promotions, we'll have Boris Arancibia, the CEO of Caribe Promotions, as well as Kadar Massenberg, the president, and Luis Fonseca, the vice president. And with Team Donaire, in addition to Nonito on the call, we'll also have his manager, Cameron Duncan, available for any questions. To tell you a little bit more about this terrific event and this historic event coming up this weekend, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Hall of Fame promoter Bob Arum. Bob?
Hey. Yeah, thank you, Fred. It's nice to be on. Fred, if I talk in Mandarin, do you have anybody to translate?
We'll work on it. I'm learning.
Anyway, it's good to be back in the United States. It's good to be back in my native city of New York. And it's even better that on Saturday we have a classic matchup to present at Radio City Music Hall. The buzz for this fight has been absolutely tremendous. We, in the next couple of days, will be able to announce a complete sellout of the Radio City Music Hall venue, where we've been inundated with requests for tickets. I know that many of the New York Knicks basketball players, they'll be off Saturday night, and they will be coming to the fight, as well as many players from the New York Football Giants. So, I mean, the entire community, particularly the sports community, is focusing on this battle, which will take place at Radio City Music Hall between Nonito Donaire and Guillermo Rigondeaux. So it's a real pleasure and honor for us to promote this event. And I also want to take the opportunity to welcome our co-promoters, Caribe Promotions, who are co-promoting the event with Top Rank. So thank you very much, Fred.
Thank you, Bob. I guess from Team Rigondeaux, I'd like to first introduce manager Gary Hyde. Gary, any comments regarding this weekend's fight?
Say that again?
Just wanted to see if you had any comments about the fight this weekend.
No, we're just absolutely delighted with the fight that has been made, and of course we're very excited about taking on this fight on Saturday. I'm really looking forward to it, and our fighter is in the best condition that he has ever been, and he is really focused for this fight, and we are very sure and confident of victory on Saturday night.
Thank you, Gary. And from Caribe Promotions, we have CEO Boris Arancibia. Boris, any comments on what you expect this weekend?
Yeah, we've been anticipating this fight. Nonito's the best in the game at this weight, so we've been really anticipating this fight. I'm glad we were able to put it together along with Top Rank. It's going to be a great show.
Thanks very much. Well, I guess we should hear from the fighters next. So let's talk first, I guess, with the undefeated WBA champion, Guillermo Rigondeaux. Guillermo, how has training camp been going, and what do you expect this weekend? If someone could translate the question to Guillermo, please.
Well, training camp has been going very well. I'm in the best shape of my career, and I'm really excited about this weekend.
Wonderful. And from the other side of from the red corner, I guess, it's our pleasure to introduce the fighter of the year and the WBO champion, Nonito Donaire. Nonito, welcome to New York. How's camp been going, and what are you expecting this weekend?
It's been great, man. Camp's been great, and we're ready as well. And this is going to be an exciting fight. The best of the professional level and the best of the amateur level. We're proving to be one of the top guys in the professional. So it's going to be something that people are going to be there for a treat. It's going to be a good fight.
Terrific. Alma, why don't we give instructions to the media to ask questions, and then we'll take it from there.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would like to ask a question, please press the number 1 key on your phone. Our first question is from Dan Raphael with ESPN. Go ahead, Dan.
Thank you very much. Hello, guys. Hello, Nonito.
Hey, Dan.
My question for you, quick question for you about one thing with, I know there's a lot of people anticipating this fight, two top champions in the weight class. I know, though, for a period of time, when people would suggest Rigondeaux to you as an opponent, you didn't disrespect him, but you sort of were not really enthusiastic, let's say, about the match. He hadn't had any big fights, even though we all know his great pedigree with the Olympic gold medals and everything. And I'm wondering if you could talk about what in your mind changed that made you decide that this was the route you should go. I don't know if it was because you didn't get the Mares fight or for some other reason, but could you just talk about the evolution of going from somebody that really didn't seem very interested in facing Rigondeaux to now, taking him on and to unify the titles?
Well, for me, in the beginning, when I saw Rigondeaux fight, I wasn't impressed with the Cordoba fight, but the more that I'm watching him fight, the more that he's worthy of it. And ultimately, the first thing first was Mares. He wanted Mares, and then wanted to go Rigondeaux afterwards. But that fight didn't happen, and the more that I'm watching Rigondeaux, the more that he's formidable, the more that I'm seeing that this guy is a really tough guy. He not only that he has speed and power, but he does well mentally. So now I'm excited for the fight. As you know, when you're doing this for quite a while, be on top for a bit, you tend to be motivated with a good fighter in front of you, and that's why the reason why I disregarded Rigondeaux in the beginning was because of the Cordoba fight that I saw. And then when the fight happened and the fight with Mares didn't happen, then of course Rigondeaux was the next guy in line. And the more that I'm watching, the more that I'm getting excited to fight. The more that I'm seeing that this guy has a lot of quality, he's a lot of talent, and that's why I'm trading hard for this fight because of that.
Can you say which fight, maybe in particular, between the Cordoba fight and his most recent fight, that you watched that sort of made you change your mind, or was it just a combination, or was there one matchup or one performance that particularly impressed you?
Well, the thing that I liked about Rigondeaux on the fights I watched is he got better as he progressed and fought a different opposition. So as much as I can say that he hasn't fought the guys of my quality, but I think that he's at that level because of the level that he is getting better as the fight. The more he fought, the more better he got. So to me, that was worth the challenge, and that was worth of my determination and working hard.
I wanted to ask you one other thing. I know your wife Rachel is pregnant, so congratulations on that. And I'm wondering, that's I'm sure something that's on your mind, and I'm wondering how has it been to focus on your training for this very significant fight, along with dealing with everything that goes along with having a pregnant wife.
It's incredible. I'm having everything. I was saying to the press earlier, I don't need anything else. I've proven everything that I need to. I've accomplished a lot that most other fighters could ever accomplish in the boxing world. And to me, my most precious moment right now is feeling this kid kick, feeling to be there, to be there and being able to witness every movement, every kick that this kid is doing, inside my wife's belly. So I'm really happy, and that's where my focus is. But don't get me wrong, my focus when I come inside that ring is going to be another person than what you hear from here.
So it hasn't been a distraction for you then preparing, because I know you're in.
Not at all. Not at all. As much as I like to spend time with my wife and everything, but when I'm inside that ring, I perform really well with the sparring partner, and I know and physically and mentally ready for the fight.
Okay, just one other thing for you, Nonito. Last time you fought in New York City, not your fault, but your opponent did not want to engage with you. Was not a good fight. The crowd was booing. A lot of people unhappy. You, the press, the fans, the TV people, I think your own promoter, very disappointed with Narvaez's performance. I imagine that you'd like to look a lot better in a fight in New York this time. How do you go about that, particularly with somebody like Rigondeaux, very talented guy, great defense, could possibly be that kind of fight, although I don't think he's going to run away from it the way that Narvaez did.
I think that it's going to be a fireworks between us, as much as it might be a chess match, but we're both offensive fighters. You know, none of us is defensively. We're defensively because we can see our punches coming at us, but when it comes down to the type of fighter that we are, we're both aggressive and we're both offensive guys. So it's not. I don't think it's anything near of that fight, and I think that the guys, the people in New York and the people watching will have a treat.
Very good. Thank you, Nonito. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Dan.
Our next question is from Jeffrey Freeman with KO Digest. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Hi. For the most part, Dan Raphael asked the question that I wanted to ask Nonito Donaire. Let me ask you this, Nonito. Is there any truth to the rumors that you've been having somewhat less than a spectacular camp, and how is your weight?
Weight's good. You know, I think that I'm getting bigger in terms of the weight. So I'm definitely going to try to move up the next fight around, but weight has been good. Training's been excellent, and we've been having some tremendous sparring partners. So everything that I need to prepare for this fight has been given to me, and we're ready for it.
Is it important for you to score a knockout in this fight, Nonito?
I think the victory is the most key factor to this, but you know me as a fighter, I always want people to have fun. I want people to enjoy, and I always go for a knockout if I am given that opportunity.
In terms of the skills that Rigondeaux brings to the equation, Nonito, what would you say is his greatest strength?
I think that his ability to see punches, his ability to be intelligent, and of course he has the speed and power like I do. So it's gonna be who's the smartest guy in that ring, and you know who has the biggest heart.
Very good. Good luck, Nonito. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Again, if you would like to ask a question, please press 1. Our next question is from Briggs Seekins with Bleacher Report. Go ahead, Briggs.
Yeah, it's another question for Nonito. You covered this a little bit, and I definitely hear what you're saying about that you become more impressed by Rigondeaux. I think aside from Perez, that he's definitely the guy fans want to see you fight. But I am wondering, do you still feel like your experience is going to ultimately be a pretty big advantage for you against a guy that's had only about a dozen pro fights, never really been in with anybody close to you, whereas you've dramatically knocked out some pretty top-notch fighters. So do you still see that as something that's a big advantage for you?
Well, when it comes down to being par in speed, power, and tactical ability, then definitely the experience will come in handy in terms of just pushing through and just going all out and being experienced and going more rounds. And I think that's going to be a big factor when it comes down that we are evenly matched.
In terms of the power and speed, you think you're kind of evenly matched. So is that what you're saying?
No, if it comes to that case that we are evenly matched with power, speed, and tactical ability, then the experience would come as the biggest ace pocket, an ace for me. But as for now, that's something that we need to find out if he is stronger than me or if he is faster than me.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask a quick question, please, for Guillermo Rigondeaux. 2 questions. One, does he consider this his most important fight? And 2, what is he most worried about from Nonito Donaire going into this fight?
Well, Nonito's a great technician, and he's got lots of power, as he's proved. So I think it's going to be an exciting fight.
And how about how this fight rates in terms of his career fights in both the Olympics and as a professional? Is it the most important fight of his career?
Yeah, at this point, this is the most important fight of his career. He feels that this will solidify who's the king in the 122-pound weight class.
Okay, Alma, thank you.
Yes, sir. Our next question is from Lim Satterfield with RingTV.com. Go ahead, Lim.
Hey, Nonito. How are you doing, buddy?
How you doing, Lim?
I'm good. Hey, going back to the night after, well, actually the night of your fight with Narvaez, which was the last time you were in New York. I don't know if you remember, we were up till pretty late in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, and you were really, really disappointed. Not so much in your, I mean, obviously in your performance, but for the fans. You kept saying the fans. What does that say about you as a fighter that they're so important to you?
Well, the thing is, I'm thankful of the fans, so I want to give them the best treat that I can, the best fight that I can, and that's why I'm not afraid to get hit or to take hit or to give hits. You know, I'm there to bring excitement as much as I can. To me, the fans means a lot to me, and I'm thankful for them for supporting me throughout this time, and, you know, to me that's important.
Okay. And just one other thing to you. I talked to Mares about the fight, and he said he thinks you're going to either end it with a straight left or a straight right, and that you're going to get him walking into your punches. Do you feel that in order to make him engage that you have to make him come forward, or can you chase him down and cut off the ring?
For now, it's impossible to see what I will do, because I'm a type of fighter who is given a situation and react to that situation, and whatever it may be, I know I have the power and the weapons. It may be the left, it may be the right. I know I have both power hands, and that's something that makes me scary, because I do have 2 power punches, and I have every weapon from uppercut, hooks, overhand, straight, and Rigondeaux as well has the same thing. He has power, so it's going to be a good fight, but definitely in order for me to set things in motion, I have to put an energy out there that make him engage or make him do whatever I want him to do.
Yeah, and I'd say that because of what happened in your last fight with Nishioka, you ended up having him come forward, and it was that right hand that did the damage and finished him off.
Well, with Nishioka, he was at the moment that he thought he could box me. He thought that he can lure me in, and but ultimately my tactic was well placed, and he succumbed to the point where he started to reach in, and that's why I was able to capitalize. But in the beginning, he was trying to lure me in where I need a different approach, and that's the same thing with what we'll have with Rigondeaux is I need to figure out what type of fighter that he is in order for me to make another point in strategy.
Nonito, thank you very much. I have one question for Guillermo. Is he there? He is there?
Yes.
Bob Arum had said after the Cordoba fight in Texas that he really needed to be more exciting, and he seemed to take that to heart, at least in his next 3 fights against Casey, Ramos, and Kennedy, scoring exciting knockouts. Nonito just said how important the fans are to him, and I was wondering if Guillermo feels the same way, or that he wants to be exciting in this fight, and does he want to be, engaged more in this fight as opposed to, say, the Cordoba fight?
Yes, in this fight, I will try to engage a lot more than I have in the past. I want to give the fans what they want to see. Nonito's an aggressive boxer. I will be very aggressive, and I'm coming for him.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I know he's
guys tomorrow.
I'm sorry. Could you finish that statement? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I expect the same from Nonito. He's a great boxer, great technician, and he's going to be very aggressive also. So I think there's going to be a lot of fireworks.
Thank you very much.
Our next question is from Tony Stewart with Real Combat Media. Go ahead, Tony.
Hi, this question is for Nonito Donaire. So, hey, champ. So,
hey,
I got a question. Hey, man. can you give me your thoughts on amateur experience versus pro experience, and then how do you think your fight with Rigondeaux will stack up against Ali Spinks 1, where Spinks had only 8 pro fights and shocked the world?
Well, that's correct. At that time, you got to understand that Ali was older. At that time he was fighting with Parkinson already. He did shock the world, and I do listen to every history lessons that are out there, and that's one thing that makes me work hard, that makes me go about in training hard. But I do understand that the difference back then in terms of the amateur was they didn't have headgears. They fought the way professional fighters fought. As when during Rigondeaux's time, it was about point system. It was about scoring the points and being smart and being tactical. And that's the difference between, you can have 500, 600 amateur fights, but when you go into professional level, it's a different world. But although a talented fighter like Rigondeaux is able to shift his way to becoming a world champion, and that's why he's a world champion, because he is able to skillfully use his skill and learn from that, and that's one thing that we can't take. We're gonna not let it go past us and underestimate him. We're not gonna underestimate him. We train very hard for this fight. We're training this fight like we're fighting the best fighter out there.
Excellent, champ. Excellent. Hey, good luck to you in the fight. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Our next question is from Dan Raphael with ESPN. Go ahead, Dan. Dan, go ahead with your question, sir.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that. I had a question for Guillermo. I wonder, he only has the 11 fights, as we've discussed. So what would it mean to him to come into this kind of fight against one of the fighters who's regarded as one of the top, 4 or 5 fighters in the world, unify the titles against him, bump off the fighter of the year? What would that mean to Guillermo to do that with all that he's accomplished already as a professional, as well as what he did as a great amateur career?
Well, it would be one more accomplishment, add to a list of accomplishments. Like Nonito says, my big amateur career and everything I've accomplished. To be able to accomplish victory over Nonito would really tell the world and show myself in the professional capacity that I'm able to compete against the best in the world.
And does Guillermo consider this? I mean, he's fought some good fighters in his brief pro career. Not quite sure the same level of the opponents that Nonito has defeated. So does he look at Donaire and see what he's accomplished and view this for him as a big step up in competition, or does he consider himself, even though he has so many fewer fights, to be on par with Nonito?
Well, I have great respect for Nonito. Nonito, his record speaks for himself and what he's done as a professional boxer. We have great respect for him, and I believe that I belong at this level, and if I'm going to be the best, I believe you got to beat the best. And right now, Nonito's the best. So we'll see April 13th. I'm going to give it my all.
Can you ask him about, as far as the resume that Nonito has compiled, if there's a particular performance there that stood out to him as more impressive than another, whether it was, the great knockout against Montiel or, some other performance he's had, the beatdown he gave Nishioka? Is there a fight on Nonito's record that he looks at that was very impressive to him?
Well, I think that the last couple fights, Nonito's shown he's on top of his game. He's gotten sharper. I think he had a good performance the last 2 times. The last one against Nishioka was impressive.
Now, Nonito is a tall fighter for 122 pounds. He was, massive when he was a flyweight and even a bantamweight, but even at 122, he's very big. He's got long arms. I wonder, how does somebody like Guillermo, not the biggest junior featherweight, get inside those long arms and those powerful punches? Because it's been a very daunting task for his previous opponents. Even when he fought Matabula, a very tall fighter, had absolutely no success in doing any of that. So how does he approach that, to try to figure that out?
Well, he's a boxer that acts on reaction, action-reaction. He just takes it from there. You have to wait for the moment of the fight to react. He really has no strategy as far as his length and his arms. He reacts in the ring. Comes natural to him.
Okay. Just one other question for him. Unifying professional world championships or having 2 Olympic gold medals, which to Guillermo is the bigger accomplishment, and why?
He's already achieved the amateur accomplishments that he has. He wants to do it on a professional level. And like I said before, beating Nonito would be beating the best of the business. I have great respect for Nonito, and I think he's a great fighter. And if we beat him or being able to fight at his level is a great accomplishment within itself at the pro level. So now if we can beat him, we can prove we're good, we're true professionals. People can stop saying I'm an amateur.
So does that mean that a professional victory on Saturday would be, in his own heart, a bigger deal than the gold medals in the Olympics?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any questions you have, please press the number 1 key on your phone. Our next question is from Mauricio Herrera with Canal de Boxeo. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you. My question is for Nonito. Nonito, what's your opinion about Rigondeaux and his performance in professional boxing? Something special in his Cuban style for you?
Well, he's an incredible fighter. I mean, to be able to be 11 fights and become a world champion and all the accomplishment he has. Of course, he's an elite fighter, but and that's why we opted to fight him after Morris fell through. He was the next guy in line, and that's the guy we're fighting now. We want to fight the best, and we want to clean up this division, and that's the goal that we have set in our minds with my team.
Okay, thank you.
Our next question is from Elliot Vasquez with Boxing Pulse. Go ahead, Elliot.
This question is for Guillermo. I'm going to say it in Spanish and then I'll translate it in English. Guillermo, una pregunta. ¿Tú crees que el público y la gente no está yendo por usted porque solamente tiene 11 peleas? Do you think that the people are not picking you to be victorious in this fight because of only 11 professional fights?
Yes, obviously the public is not respecting me because of the lack of fights I have. Absolutely. Nonito has 3 times the experience I have at the professional level. So I can see how the public would choose Nonito as a favorite.
And Nonito, this question is for you. I know you mentioned prior that one of the reasons why you didn't want to fight Guillermo was because of his lackluster performance. But did it ever come to your mind maybe he just didn't have enough fights for you to make it interesting to fight him?
Yeah, but you got to understand that I'm at that point where I need to have that fire in me. When you're fighting for quite a while, you need to be excited for a fight. Unless you're gonna be there and not find that excitement in your, you don't train as hard as you do. But when we got this fight and I checked out his fight, then of course we were able to check out that this guy has a lot of talent, and that's what we're excited about. And of course I said that. That's why I said, we're not interested at this moment because of the fact that he doesn't have much fight. Because I know that he will get better each time that he gets into that ring, and he has proven himself to be that person that he gets better inside that ring, and that's why we're finding him now. Now that he's at that level.
And my last question, Donaire, Nonito, how important was it for him to accept the VADA testing?
What was that?
How important was it for Guillermo Rigondeaux to accept the VADA testing?
It's good to be able to prove that 2 men are clean in the sports of boxing, or in any sport, that people will not doubt that these guys are doing anything. And to me, that's important to me, and I'm glad that these guys are able to accomplish that, and I commend them for taking it. So that way, everybody's good, everybody's clean, there's no doubt.
All right, thank you, gentlemen, and good luck.
I just want to remind everybody the show will be seen live nationally on HBO at 11 p.m. ETPT on Saturday night. Bob, you've had quite an impressive run these past few weeks. Is this comparable to anything you've done recently, the past 4 fights you've had in 5 weeks?
I don't know where I am anymore.
I hope you're on the call.
I went into a restaurant today for lunch and I asked the waiter for chopsticks. So, it was the fryers club. Anyway, it's been fun, and I think this is a highlight of this whole experience. We've had some great fights. Tim Bradley's fight with Ravodnikov, Rios and Alvarado, terrific fights, the whole Chinese experience. And now I really am looking forward to Nonito and Guillermo. I really have, thought about this fight for a long, long time. And I just think it's going to be a classic battle.
Alma, any more questions?
No, sir, there are no further questions.
That's fine.
Right,
I just want to remind everybody. Go ahead, Bob. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody, Thursday night, the Boxing Writers Dinner honoring Nonito Donaire as Fighter of the Year, and Pacquiao against Marquez as the Fight of the Year among the various awards. I urge everybody that can to attend that dinner in Manhattan on Thursday night.
Thank you, Bob. And just a reminder, tomorrow's final press conference will start. It'll be a breakfast at 10:30 a.m. with the press conference beginning at 11, and that'll be in the theater lobby at Madison Square Garden. And the weigh-in, of course, will be Friday afternoon at the theater, the lobby of Madison Square Garden's theater as well. Tickets are going fast. We project a sellout probably before fight night, so we recommend everyone get their tickets while they can at Radio City Music Hall's box office, as well as the box office at Madison Square Garden. Any last and final comments from Guillermo Rigondeaux?
Hello? Once again?
Yes, if we can get a final comment from Guillermo, please.
Now, once again, I'd like to thank Nonito for accepting the fight. I'd like to thank Top Rank, Caribe Promotions, HBO, everybody that's come together to make this happen. I think the world, this is what they want to see, and I think it's great for boxing that the two top 122-pounders get together and show the public what they want to see April 13th.
Thank you. And again, just a reminder, tonight on HBO 2 at 11 p.m. ETPT, you can see the replay of the historic triple header that emanated from the Venetian Macau. It's featuring the professional debut of Chinese Olympic icon Zhu Shiming, and two great, very competitive and exciting world title fights are on that card as well, so we hope you can tune in. And to Nonito, from all of us, we'd like to congratulate you on a wonderful 2012 and your well-deserved award you'll be getting this Thursday from the Boxing Writers as the Fighter of the Year. And we'll throw it to you to have the final words on this conference call.
I'm honored, man. I'm honored for the award that I accomplished for last year. I'm honored because of that as well as fighting in a historical venue. Again, I want to thank Top Rank, the Caribe Promotions for having their kid ready for this fight. Guillermo's camp, will be ready, and I know you guys are ready. It's going to be an excellent fight. May the best man win, of course. To HBO as well. To all the fans out there, definitely a great fight. So you guys got to come and check it out. I owe New York a good fight, and I want to make this fight a good fight. So let's do that. And again, thank you guys for being here.
Thank you, Nonito. Thank you, Guillermo. From everyone on both sides of the fighters, we thank you for participating today, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at the press conference in the theater lobby at Madison Square Garden at 10:30. And again, it will be seen live. It's Donaire Rigondeaux, the title unification fight for 122 pounds. It'll be live on HBO 11 p.m. this Saturday night. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you soon.